Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming my friend and our newest distinguished Bostonian, Anne Finucane.
If I had known this runway was this long, I would have worn sneakers. Thank you, Karen, and thanks to Paul Guzzi and to Jack and Bob and everybody at the Chamber. Never have I been motivated to say less because that was such a terrific video, and I'm very appreciative of John Kerry and Caroline and Brian and my kids, and I'm here tonight with my great daughter Julia and my son, my husband Mike, otherwise known as my son Mike. But of course, our sons bring me back to earth and remind me of a quote by Golda Meir, which is, "Don't be humble, you're not that great." So, nonetheless, it's a great honor to share the evening tonight with Governor Patrick and David McCulloch. David, as one of our nation's great literary treasures, I will leave the history of this city in your and Doris's capable hands. And Governor Patrick, in partnership with Mayor Menino, your leadership and resolve have been inspirational in our darkest hours, not just for your cool composure and warm compassion, but for the optimism that you brought to an otherwise broken moment. Thank you. I'm afraid my only distinction amongst these honorees is that I was born, raised, and have lived and worked in Boston or Greater Boston nearly all my life, building on a career in city government to broadcasting, many years in advertising, a few in consulting, all pretty good training for those years of global challenges and opportunities in financial services. Along the way, I've had the opportunity to work with many of you in the room, as I saw you this evening, in one capacity or another, but I owe a very special thanks to some very special people to me, to Jack Connors, my fearless leader in the years at Hill Holliday and founder of Hill Holliday. Terry Murray, Chad Gifford, and Brian Moynihan at Fleet Boston, and later Bank of America. Thank you for making my career. I so appreciate it. Now, some of my earliest memories of Boston are of riding the Green Line into Boston, growing up in Newton, to find the hidden treasures of Filene's basement, eating lunch at the now long-gone Straffs, walking the Freedom Trail, seeing My Fair Lady and The King and I in the theater district with my parents and brothers and sisters, to that first job in government, remarkably meeting the Queen of England aboard her yacht on my very first year of work during the Bicentennial Commission. And that was what it was like to work for Kevin White. A rather unrealistic start to a long career, one which, by the way, even after working all over the world, has never again been punctuated by royalty. And I have witnessed firsthand a city torn by the turmoil of busing, only to see it healed, and neighborhoods revitalized from the south end to the waterfront. And the narrator for my journey, and for so many of the others here tonight, were my husband's words, written so beautifully and for so many years. Mike and I met at the Ritz Cafe or Fenway Park, depending on which of our memories you prefer. And it has been great ever since. And so a final word about the city which has been so prominent in our family's life. It's a quote from Kevin White. It may not be Camelot, but it's not Cleveland either. And with all due respect to Camelot and to Cleveland, it would be hard to imagine another city which would attract hundreds of thousands of students each fall and which flew into action, outreach, and competency more quickly and more successfully than Boston on April 15th and all the days that have followed, from the first responders to the world-class medical community, to our law enforcement, and to our great leaders, Mayor Menino and Governor Patrick. It is my great privilege to be with you tonight. Thank you.